Hi, Clementine. Um,
Hello.
it's great to be chatting to you. This is Clementine Sandner in Kyoto, Japan. And I was going to be catching up with you as part of my Churchill Fellowship, but here we are online doing a virtual Churchill. So that's great. Can we just start by how are you feeling and coping at this time of disruption and change?
Good. Finally, good. I think when everything started to pop out with the corona situation, of course, everything was uncertain, like for everyone, I guess. A lot of projects had to be cancelled. So first reaction was being very down in a way. And now I think there's a lot of positive happening through this. So feeling good.
And how is your, give us a little cameo of your business and talk about what's behind you in the image that we're looking at and how you're continuing to earn a living.
Sure. So I'm French, born and raised in France, and I moved to Japan 6 years ago as an exchange student in fashion design. So recycling and love for sewing made me want to study fashion design. And when I was in Tokyo, so I was already recycling materials before. And when I was in Tokyo, very naturally, I wanted to recycle Japanese materials, local materials, but I didn't expect to find something so nice to recycle. So I started to work with the kimono, and now I work mostly with the obi fabrics, which are the belts Japanese people wear on top of the kimono traditionally, which you can see behind me actually. And I recycle them in products like bags or caps.
And how are you having to adapt your business, taking into account social distancing, or were you always marketing online?
I've always been a little bit online. Social distancing is a bit hard for me because since last year, I'm organizing a lot of workshops. And instead of having the products to sell, people can join a workshop and create their own product. So I teach them how to sew from the beginning and how to recycle the materials. And so today you should have been with me in the temple where I used to do the workshops, and I was planning to do them again. I do them abroad as well, which is obviously now not possible. So I have these kits that I sell online. I'm trying to improve them to make people be able to have the full experience, even though we cannot meet in person. So I'm trying to make them more personal, add more value to it with more personal advices, the possibility of chatting while they're making, choosing the fabric as if they were with me, and choosing the materials they wanted to, and things like this.
How's that working for you? Are you finding it's effective?
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, I wanted to do it for a while because I wanted to have also the possibility to bring it to people that cannot travel, or if I cannot travel, to do a workshop. So now I finally have time to sit and do it properly because I cannot go anywhere, obviously. So, yeah.
So just reflecting over your life experience and skills, how do you think they're helping you cope and adapt at this time of change?
I think it's comforting me in a way to feel that I was doing something kind of right before. So, for example, I use as much as possible. I recycle materials. So in my work and in my personal life as well, I don't buy new. I try to make as much as I can. So I don't buy any processed things. I like to cook at home, and I think in times like now, which gives me even more time to do it, I find it very pleasant. I think if I had to start from zero, I would be a little bit panicking, but I'm already used to it and fixing things. And actually, now I have a lot of time to fix everything that I needed to fix for a while, that you never spend time on it. So, and yeah, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So that's a heightened awareness about creative reuse and minimising waste. I guess you were on track for that already, and it's enhanced and coming into its own at this time.
Yeah, and I think through my work also it's good, because when at the beginning I was telling you it was a bit difficult to cope with this situation, and you know, when you create something and you feel like, do people really need me to create something now in times like this? What can I bring to people, you know? So I think if you can inspire them to do with what they have, or show them that something that they imagine being difficult can actually be very playful and easy, that's also something nice to do.
So you obviously personally find making and using your hands to be quite soothing and meditative. Do you? Mindful?
Oh yeah, and very meditative at the moment. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about your daily routines and strategies for coping.
Yeah, regarding the isolation, so social isolation, I'm used to have times where I'm working on the project by myself from home and isolating by myself. That's what I used to do anyway, so that's okay. But then the rewarding thing coming after that would be to travel and do the event or do the exhibition or whatever was planned. So I now that I don't have this thing, I try to find new ways to communicate with people. But every week is different, so I have a routine with hours, like still imagining that I'm going to the office. I have a space to work at, which is in my house, but where it's separated from private life. And yeah, I try to keep this routine, communicate with people on a daily basis, like work related. If I have a project going on, like now I have a lot of proofreaders from my kids that I'm improving, so we chat every day. If I don't have this, I make sure I have a coffee break or something with friends from back home or friends from here that I can have on the phone, because I think this is also very inspiring, even if you're isolated, to have something to talk about with people that have similar minds to yours.
And are you able to get outside?
Yeah, luckily I have a piece of garden, so I can spend time outside. That's why I'm giving myself hours as well, because I think right now I would be spending a lot of time outside. It's spring here in Japan. So yeah, and this is very soothing, and being in the green and growing things, I find very, it's connecting you to what's real in times like this even more. So.
And so what's your best advice to others, you know, suggestions in how to cope and move forward with the current circumstances and dealing with what's ahead?
If it's on a business related advice,
or personal, either.
or personal, I think intense times like this, they can bring the worst and the best of anyone. So you can have any kind of thoughts. If you start really digging, I think the important is staying true to yourself, I would say, because no matter no matter how long it's gonna last, it's gonna end at some point, and you can use this time to focus on what you really want to do with your time. Obviously, you have more time now to think of things that you wouldn't before, like sustainable or ethical methods, supporting local businesses, or I think this makes you realize that, because I think everyone has this idea, oh, I would like to do that, but actually you can do it. Just do it. So yeah.
That's lovely advice. And you know, what do you foresee long term, the changes on the other side? Because clearly we're not going to be able to get back to where we were, and maybe this is forced change in society, culturally, socially and economically. So how do you think it might be different when we're back in that world?
Yeah, I hope it's not going to be the same. Part of me is a bit worried that when it's over, we all want to go back to what we had even more and work even harder to gain it again, which I hope is not going to happen for everyone. But I think obviously, because for me, I was born and raised in a globalized world where you think everything is easy to get from anywhere and it's easy to go anywhere. And I think this is rising awareness of the importance of local businesses as well, and to create a link with what's around you rather than on the other side of Earth. And I hope these kind of connections are gonna stay afterwards without isolating. I'm not meaning every country should be more isolating. On the contrary, because I think in a way what we're living now allow people to communicate even more if they're far because they have more time for it. So I think and sustainable techniques in any kind of industry seem to be even more important than before. Where it could be a trend before, I hope people have even more genuine interest for it.
Yes, yeah, great insights. Thanks for that, Clementine. And just to finish, how are your family getting on in France?
They're in a part of France, east of France in Alsace, which is quite bad at the moment. But they're okay. But yeah, that makes me think that this virus is very serious. So yeah, they're okay, and we talk every day, which we didn't before. So I think that's also something positive coming from it. The link is getting stronger. So.
Well, so lovely to meet you online,
Yeah.
to virtually meet you, and yeah, I look forward to following your work on Instagram, and hope that we'll catch up in person sometime. I noticed you were going to be doing a workshop in Australia. Was it in November?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in July. So
Oh, in July. Oh,
I'm
it
not
won't
sure
be
if this
happening.
is going to happen now. I don't think so. But hopefully there will be other opportunities. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, well, have a great day and we'll catch up another
Thank
time.
you. Yes,
Okay.
hopefully.